Pathmonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add Pathmonk to your website in seconds, let the AI do all the work, and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmonk.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Daniel Falquez from Musick Road, digital marketing manager there with them. How are you doing today, Daniel?
Good, Ernesto. Happy to be here and looking forward to talking with you about some marketing.
Definitely, and a little bit maybe about music, or well, let's see, right? So,
yeah,
in your own words, tell us what Musick Road is all about.
Yeah, so Musick Road transformed into a digital marketing agency for the music industry. So I basically work with artists, with labels, with attorneys, and companies around the industry to help them optimize their marketing. Some is paid, some is basically reach. But basically trying to find what their goals are and trying to help them to reach those goals.
Definitely important. Okay. And so on that note then, Daniel, what would you say then is that key problem or goals that you tend to see with the clients, with your clients?
Yeah, so the music industry is very, very competitive and it's very complicated too. There's a lot of legalities around it, and the attention is the most, it's the hardest thing to get to. So I think that that's a challenge in itself. But then there's also, this thing that I call positive toxicity. That we can talk about too, that everybody's raving about these artists and they think that they're the best and they know it all, but at the same time some of them do get it, and they do understand that things change, that things have to be focused, and there's always a challenge, right? And it's not only in social media but also even in print, things like magazines like Billboard, for instance, or any music related stuff. There's a lot of varieties that can happen in the industry, so it's always the challenge to stay abreast into what's happening and how to reach these people.
And definitely important, right? Because I mean, don't want to assume here, but we're millennials, right? I think the digital marketing world in the music has changed dramatically. When we were small in high school, right, towards what it is today. I think if you know how to manage it really good, somebody could go explode and have either 1, 2, 3 wonders. So definitely important. And well, don't want to assume here, but is there an ideal ICP then there for Musick Road there?
What do you mean by ICP? Sorry to...
Yeah, no, I mean, your vertical is in the music industry, but is there like a certain type of clients that you'd like to go for, or is it just anybody that's into the music industry?
Got it. Yeah. So it's mostly artists. That's what I focus on the most. But I've worked with labels too. And again, when I say artists, that can be anybody, but recently, and what my focus has been is mostly in the Latin side. I'm in Miami.
Okay.
So, I've been focusing mostly on Latin artists that are mainstream, but I've also worked with, medium size and even some, artists that are new to the, space.
Definitely. Okay. Awesome. Great to hear that. So that way that our listeners could get, go ahead and visit you guys, they could always visit you at Musick. That's Music with a K and then road.com. What role does the website play for client acquisition for you guys there, Daniel?
Yeah, I think, one thing that a lot of people forget, and this is not only in the music industry, but websites have basically lost its power in recent years, since, a lot of people tell me, no, but I have Instagram and I have Facebook and I have so many followers. They're not your followers, to be said, per se. So having a website is basically a hub to basically own everything that you have And to me, it's very important to have a website that I can show people what I do, show some value, but also have forms where I can attract them and say, hey, I have this email and now that's my client or my potential client. And that's what the most of the purpose is. Also the blog is important. I think that making content that is written is very important. So just trying to focus on that and trying to put as much written content as possible, and trying to show them that we are experts in the field, and they can always click that contact us button and get some reach there.
Definitely. Okay. Awesome. Great to hear that from you. And so then, if say I was an artist or a label, how would I usually find out about Musick Road? Is there a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
Yeah, so basically, I've been doing some content. I've been a little bit slow on that, but mostly it's on YouTube and Instagram. But I think that the website is also important. So I focus a lot about on the blogs, like I said. I don't really reach out to customers. I've been getting a lot of referrals lately, and that's important. But at the same time, I don't want to rely just on that. So it's always important to have some strong content that shows solutions for people, and just having a website where they can just go and read more about me.
Definitely. Okay. Awesome. Great to hear. And on that note, then, is there any tools or tips or methods that you would recommend to our listeners as far as some website lead generation?
Yeah, I think again, back to the content. I think that creating content at scale is very important. Not just blogs with filler text, but actually solving a problem for them, because people are constantly searching for things. But you also want to put some money behind that, and you want to put not only on your social media, but on your website too. So you want to rank high, and the only way to rank high is having solid content and putting in some money.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Great to hear that. Well, then let's switch gears a little bit then, Daniel. Let's talk about you as a leader. You being the digital marketing manager there for Musick Road. What are some key tasks you'd like to focus on your day-to-day work?
Yeah, I think that staying organized is very important. I kind of took a step back last year or at the beginning of this year and thought, you know what? I've never owned a planner, like a physical planner. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and get one on top of the tools that I have. So I have some tools that I use, like Asana was one of them, and I recently switched to ClickUp. But being very organized is very important because there's so many moving targets. I also use my phone a lot, so the reminders app is very important, notes and all that. But just having a physical planner has helped tremendously, so it's not only the digital side, but the physical side too.
Definitely important. Okay. And so is there what would you say is your top client acquisition channel when it comes to learning more or getting in up to date with with marketing news as far as trends or strategies?
Yeah. So, I think that, I don't know if you heard of Gary Vee, or, he's a very famous marketer that likes to, he talks a lot, he makes a lot of content, and I've been following him for many years. And he always has what's coming, and he knows the future, whatever, and all that. But something that he says that has stuck with me for years is that you're seeking the attention. You're looking for that, right? You're not really looking for the trends or anything because in music, you can go viral quick. You can put a lot of money into it, but at the end of the day, you want fans. You don't want just a one time, oh, that's a cool song and, I'm out. You want to build fans, right? And in order for you to build fans, you have to create a brand for yourself. So I think that it's important to create content at scale, and a lot of it, and, showing behind the scenes and showing a lot of things that are outside of the music so that people can stick around. So I think that for artists, it's important to basically do that, but also have a website where people can always go there because tomorrow Spotify can go away, just like MySpace. MySpace was the thing, and you had like Tila Tequila and all these, viral people, and now they're gone just because they stuck with one spot, so you have to diversify and always, trying to seek where the attention is at. Right now it's TikTok, but tomorrow can be something else.
Yep, I would totally agree, right? I mean, the other one was that kind of transformed, right? Which was Vines, right? I remember, right? Really popular and just kind of died, and people had to adapt again. So that definitely, and technology is like that, right? So definitely got to look forward into that. But let's jump into our next section then here, Daniel, which is our rapid fire question rounds. Are you ready for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
Awesome. First off, then, Daniel, is what is the last book that you read?
Last book that I read was, which is not about marketing. It's the biography of Dave Grohl. He has some stories there. I'm more into audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not really a solid reader with physical book. My daughter is, but I'm more of an audiobook guy. So that one.
Definitely. I love Dave Grohl. I'm going to have to listen to that one as well.
Amazing book. Yes.
All right. Next up then is, if there's one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
I would say that editing video, if that's possible. I don't think we're not there yet in technology, but hopefully soon we will.
Definitely. Okay. Next up then is, if there would be no boundaries in technology, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
Well, it's not really more about the role, because it's more of a perception thing. Some clients think that they hire you and they're gonna get, X amount of numbers on whatever metric that there is that they think it is, whether it's streams or sales or leads, right? I think that varies. And it's a perception that, the more data you show them, that it's easy to digest, right? Because all these numbers with saying and all this stuff, that doesn't really, it goes through their minds. At least in the music industry, right? I think that if you can show them that, that will make my life easier, for sure.
Definitely. I would agree with you. And lastly, I mean, what would be that one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's important not to focus on what people think, because when you're starting, you just want to show people that you know everything, that you have all the tools, that you have all the solutions. And it's more about listening to the customer, trying to understand what they want to do, what goals they have, and just trying to help them from there, because it doesn't matter how much money they put in. Of course, you can get there. With money, you can do whatever you want, right? But trying to find the solution for them, it's what really matters.
Definitely. Okay, awesome. Great to hear that, Daniel. We are coming to the end of the show here today, Daniel. But before we do end, I do want to give you the last word. Say someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is that one thing they should remember about Musick Road?
Yeah, I mean, Musick Road is, again, it's a digital marketing agency that basically helps you get to the next level in your career. Not through money, but basically through helping you through the solutions that you actually need.
Absolutely. All right. Awesome. Well, Daniel, I do want to appreciate you being on with us today. I do want to appreciate our listeners for tuning in as well. And I'm looking forward to our next episode at Pathmonk Presents. Thanks a lot, Daniel.
Thank you, Ernesto.